Hi beautifuls, welcome to YILDIZ Readings 5D. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium. I cover astrology and everything else I cover is above on the screen. Now, we don't like long intros, so my contacts are directly below, and how to book, what, where, why, how has been all left to the end. Those of you who have clicked the link, I do automate posts to keep you in the loop as when I'm coming live and where I'm going to be. So without further ado, let's get into the update and the real reason you're here. Enjoy. Grab a cuppa, sit back and relax. Love to hear your feedback. Aquarius, your energy is really funky. Let's get into your read. Now, I kind of get the vibe, especially through my guides and my tuning in, is that it's almost feeling as though you may be cramming in a lot in one hit. And that can be because we've got planets going direct this month. But I just get this vibe. You're really looking at both sides of the scale, but at the same time, there can be some things that you might not be seeing. Now, the things that you're not seeing, this is going to go in your favor, but I do feel your values in a frequency, you're having these downloads, okay? You're paying attention to the signs. You've got amethyst as the crowning energy, which is it's crown chakra in motion. And I think you've got a lot of hopes and dreams, but your guides are actually communicating with you. If you're avoiding it, you may need to sit and meditate because they're trying to give you some emergency messages. You could be moving through a little bit like maybe not motivated as much, but I feel it's going to come in very quickly. But whatever the wound is, whatever the reality is, I feel you're moving through and dealing with circumstances, and you could feel quite exhausted. But it's almost asking you not to give up, and the tension point had been provided to you so that you could eliminate certain things, ways of being, tweaking things, so to speak. But it's happened for a reason. But it is saying if you have worked hard to tie up these things and let the past go, or potentially let down the burdens, it's going to be successful moving forward. Now, if you're feeling really blocked with these two coming through as clarity, you're going to be able to problem solve it, but it can find at times it's like a spiral. So it's almost like we're getting into this space where we're cramming homework, and then there's this relax, and it feels as creating a little bit of an imbalance. I do feel you need to keep your fluid up, and I do feel if you are feeling that you're stagnant, do a clearing of your lower chakras. But also with your finances, I do see that picking up. There is something at the moment that is avoided, and that's one thing I was really sensing quite largely. Now, this can be for various reasons. It can be because of the fact that you have actually had to deal with quite a lot in such a short space of time. I do feel with the movement, it's almost needing to get your bearings before moving any further forward. But you also know in some senses that you're running out of time. So you're trying to do it in the best format able. That's about the only word I can find. It's like you're trying to find the best way to tackle an adverse situation. It's a bit like we've got 99 things, but we've got to go to bed. The 99 things are still there. But at the same time, if your body's not rested, you're not going to be able to achieve these. So it feels like some of these circumstances could be a no-win situation, but I feel your guides are showing you something, and it's in your sleeping realm that they're giving you the guidance, but I do feel you're following your intuition. Now, those of you inside of a connection currently, and we do have various areas here because I want you to be prepared. We're also doing an additional romance read with an extension, so stay tuned for those, and they'll be here at YILDIZ Readings. Those of you within a coupledom, again, you're needing to have a little bit of space. You're needing to revitalize the connection. It might have hit a bumpy ground at a point, but it kind of feels like there's differings in values. Some of you may be connected to somebody of another culture. Some of you, it might be you're wishing to travel. Maybe your ideals are different. And even with what you're doing versus what they're doing, it can be this difference coming up. But I do feel you're going to be able to bridge the gap. I do feel for those of you that are really on the fence with this can be almost feeling as though it's a no-win situation. But others, I feel is that you're needing to recoup, you're needing to spend quality time. Both parties, I feel, are really a little bit concerned about what to do moving forward, but you can be, due to the circumstances, so overwhelmed and burdened that you just don't know what to do. So you're just kind of going with the flow. I'm going to pull a clarifier on this because for some of you, I feel that is a stuck point. And I keep getting shown that, you know, if you are, I wouldn't say optimistic. I don't feel the word optimistic is the correct word. If you're feeling that it can't be solved, it can be solved. That's what they're kind of showing me. It can be solved, but there's an element at the moment of pause. It's a very temporary pause, but it's a pause nevertheless. I feel that some of you could be feeling some of these situations are out of your control. Some of you might be waiting on documentation or a contract. Others, it can be is, you know, whatever you're doing in your romantic connection, it feels it's going to the next level. So for those of you completely in that high vibe, I'm seeing that there could be an engagement, there could be marriage, but it's further tense, and that's really where the scales are coming in. It's like, okay, how do we look at this and, you know, decide what we're going to do to bring the balance back. I do feel overall, though, your schedules particularly could be causing issues. And again, it could be for some of you that you're going on a mini holiday and you're actually going to have some R&R. Now, those of you on the fence and those of you in singledoms. And look, those of you that are single, it could be that you're connecting with a romance connection to a twin flame or a soulmate. And as I mentioned, I will go deep into the romance read later. There's some sense of a plan. I do feel some of you are looking at a different way that you can deal with circumstances. I don't know why I'm hearing the term backup plan. There's some sense of plan. Maybe there was a plan and it didn't go according to plan. And you got facing a shadow in reverse. I do feel there's something, it's like you're trying, I don't know why they're being so mean to me today. My gods, that is, because they keep going down a double-edged sword. And it does feel, really, we could probably call this a double-edged sword. It does feel there has been this massive transformation, and that's for couples and singles. But it does feel there's something that maybe you or the other person is skimming over the surface. But this delay, I feel there might have been an imbalance. I do feel the hobbies and the pastimes might have been a crunching point. I do feel you could be reflecting back to some individuals that were around this person. And this can be coming through for singles and couples, quite honestly. It feels as though there's something that needs to be addressed that isn't wanting to be addressed. And this can be an avoidance and trying to have faith in the circumstance, which 100% is great. But I do feel these hurdles are coming up for a direct reason. I feel by facing this, you're actually going to bring that new vibration into the connection. What is the solution for those in a singledom, please? Yeah, there is healing. But it's also, I feel if you have been let down by a person, it's almost saying that you can't do it all. And that's the loudest thing they're saying. You can't do it all. But it feels like it's going to extremities either side. This can be within your life. This can be with maybe having to work, then pouring 110% and over here, 110% over there. And I feel you have just really divided yourself to see, I can't even speak. This is what is going on with you. It's almost like you can't articulate or you can't speak to this person straight, because you feel it has gone on deaf ears and you feel they would not potentially understand you. For some of you, it can be that you're not talking to them. Okay, I'm hearing 3, and when I'm hearing 3, it sounds as though there's 3 things you want to talk to this person about. Okay, how are you going to relate to it, please? Oof. I do feel some of you are going to reach out to a family member. Okay, what are the 3 things surrounding, please? Ain't that matter of fact? Okay, this is a deep conversation, but it could potentially come through relating to your values and where you want to go. I feel you've got talking sticks. So this is your spirituality. This is you feeling grounded. This is you being able to be yourself. There is something to do with such where, in a way, you've reached a level. Okay, and it's with anything in life. Can we go to that next level with an individual? But I feel this is more a healthy boundary. I feel this is more to do with you expressing your divine light of who you are and how you want things. But also the stress levels that you've been going through. I do feel some of you are feeling as though, and this can be a statement that's made, you've been going with the flow, seeing how it's going, but at the same time, you also feel a brand new cycle's coming. Now, I do feel some of these cycles are really relating to the external element of your life, but do go and look at your love interest zodiac, because I do feel there will be some hints in there how this is directly relating and where those things can be coming from that could affect your zodiac sign. Now let's have a deep look at the other areas, and we can hyperlink it up into your romance. For those of you that are employed, I do feel you're very career driven, and I feel, between now and next month, this is going to be very busy. But I do feel it's almost tying up those loose ends using your imagination. If there are any problems, again, I do feel you're going to have solutions for them. You are coming through the gate this month reacting a little bit like a Virgo, and that's because your analytical mind is on fire, and you're going to have that ability to problem solve and to really be the leader. I do feel some of you are wanting to step back from certain responsibilities because you do need to actually have the balance between your work and your spirituality. But at the same time, those of you that are unemployed and really seeking something, this can even be for those of you on the fence, really hating a job. Do I become unemployed or do I keep going? I feel it's about you living your bliss. Live your soul, not your role. So I don't know why I'm seeing a family member. Okay, it's over there. You want to move forward, okay? And there can be like you're doing one chain of work and you want to move to another. There can be a family-related dynamic going on and you're pushed and pulled in 2 directions. I do feel you're going to be having communication with these family members, and it can be relating to, the support that you have, maybe your value systems, but there's a conversation piece coming up. Again, I am feeling your zodiac is coming through very, very much grounded, but at the same time, needing to be authentic, talking about how to restructure the situation. Number one, I do feel some of you are actually getting a new job. Really, if you are unemployed, I do feel you're getting a job. And I also feel those of you in employment, communication is going to be the key. If you're waiting on a pay rise, I'm also feeling that is a potential. But where you're going will be a more 6-month cycle than a temporary one. For some of you, I do feel this is happening in between October and November. And from the money point of view, you do have things that are crossing you. Some of you are going back to an old place of work, but some of you are feeling you don't want to go backwards financially. This can be tying up a loose ends this month, and I do feel it's a very important time to really be reflecting upon how to restructure those areas. I still feel you're on track. This is the card that's crossing you, and it'll be mind over matter, really, but some of these things need to be addressed and cleared up, so that there's no issue with it coming back again. For some of you, it feels a document or a money invested into something that you're needing in order to move forward. I feel for many of you, it's just that tedious task of the clear up. But again, the plan that is being forged, I think some of the hopes and dreams of what you're wanting to achieve with the finances, you had anticipated it would happen earlier and it hasn't happened yet, but I do feel it's going to have a window for you where this month could be very lucrative for you, providing you can keep grounded and you can continue that momentum on. Now, the area that you may not be seeing, yeah, that was one large message that came through. I think if you're lackluster, your dreams are right at the door. But I do feel, due to the fact you have been incredibly tired over the last few months with your hard work and effort through your zodiac sign, as the planets go direct, I feel some of these changes are going to happen very radically and very drastically. So, you know, it's coming whether we're wanting it or not, but it's happening for you. I do feel that what you're needing to know is that you're going to have to be quite decisive. At the moment, what you're not seeing is that you don't think these good things are coming. But I do feel if you're waiting on a judgment, the judgment's already been made. So this could be a job, it can be an opportunity you're waiting for. I am sensing that it's important for you to move forward. That it's important for you not to get down on yourself. To be authentic, but to also seize the opportunities, because I really feel this time in the next 2 months is deeply important for your zodiac sign. I think if you're entering into confusion, it is really saying, look, don't do maybe where the dollar is, because I can guarantee you, if you're doing what your soul role is, live your soul, not your role. Be passionate about what you're doing. We spend a lot of time sleeping and working. You want to know that what you're doing, be it it's in the relationship, be it is, you know, with your life moving forward, and almost throat chakra, and with family. I feel if there's confusion, unhealthy boundaries will occur, but I also feel you're running out of time. And it's almost a message that is really stating these opportunities are there to seize. And if you don't, it's the catch up, but you could miss some really lucrative opportunities. Love and light, stay tuned for the romance, and I'll see you on the other side. Thanks for joining YILDIZ Readings. If you do need to find the link for the Members Hub, it is directly below in the information box, or you can see above on the screen, it's on the main page. Now, we have 3 tier levels, as well as on Fridays, we are live on the main platform. By clicking the bell, I automate posts for both the members and the main page, plus any additional information I feel you need. The website is been updated and we do have a lot more content on it, as well as new products coming in 2022. If you do want to join webinars, we have the list, as well as the launch of the Age of Aquarius with a VIP list. For all my other media content, follow me live on the links below. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, we all have it covered, and we have more content coming. See you during the week.